What's going on, folks? So today I'm going to be checking out the debut single here from the band Defenders of the Faith, and the name of this song is Darkside, Brigade. Now, I'm really excited for this because this band is actually a side project of the band Therion, which I'm a big fan of theirs. So I'm super curious to see what they're doing here with this side project, which they say is like a tribute to the classic 80s heavy metal and whatnot. So anywho, and they also have the debut album dropping in June. But at any rate, I want to check this out, so let's give it a listen. Rangers, go. mean, they nailed the sound without a doubt. It certainly is some classic old school, like 80s heavy metal through and through. So I tip my hat for that. You know, there's a lot that I like about this song. And, you know, I think, though, it it's one of those songs where it feels like it didn't quite reach the potential that it could have. There's a lot of great elements here that I enjoyed, but at the end, it does leave me a bit wanting. I think a big part of that, and you know, this is strictly. I mean, everything that I say is strictly opinion, of course, without a doubt. I try to be as objective as possible, but this is like strictly getting into purely like just my personal taste, my personal opinion territory. Is with the chorus, that whole like we hail, we hail, we hail Darkside Brigade, like it's a very very like common trope of that style, you know, that they're emulating here, that classic 80s heavy metal, to have like a chorus kind of like that. It's not my favorite. It's never been my favorite kind of approach to a chorus. Because it's just a bit repetitive. You know, there's no real melody to it or anything. It's just kind of chanting like the same words over and over again. Because they say we hail or whatnot, and then Darkside Brigade, all hail, all hail, all hail, Darkside Brigade. It just, I don't know. I've never really kind of liked that approach. But that's why I say this is like just strictly, purely my personal taste and my personal opinion is that it just, yeah, I mean, it just, to me, it just doesn't do the song any favors. But again, you know, I completely admit and agree it's a very common trope for this style. So to have it in here when this is the style they're emulating, it makes sense. You know, it does make sense. But from strictly just kind of a this song perspective, I just feel like the song could have done better without that. And it's particularly the reason I say that is because the second half of like the chorus is glorious. I love that and then like the words they say, and you know, and then he goes back in with that. It's tight. That is tight. So for me personally, I think the song would have been better if they removed that we hail stuff and strictly had the chorus, that other part, and even like extend it. Like at the very end, they do the one part, but then they repeat it, but it's a little bit different because like the guy, like he says like in that kind of high pitched falsetto kind of voice, he says like some words, and then he kind of does that again instead of just doing the note. You know, he like says some words. So that whole thing there at the end, the way they did that, like that chorus section kind of twice. I think that could have just been the chorus itself, and I would have loved it. I would have loved it, and I think it just brings like an extra quality to the song, because I was all in for that, man. That was just tight. So I really think if that was just strictly the chorus, and that other part wasn't there at all, it just would have smoothed out the song a bit and not had that kind of repetitive spot in there. So, but aside from that, like, I mean, the guitar riffs were great. I really, really enjoyed the guitar riffs. Killer guitar work here. And, you know, everything else was executed super well. Like I said, I mean, they nailed the sound of the style and everything. And, I mean, they just did a great job. And, you know, I mean, there's certainly room for improvement, like I said. But, you know, this is like their first foray into the style. And, I mean, of course, they're insanely talented folks, so they know what they're doing, I'm sure, with whatever style they're trying to do. But, you know, of course, like, you kind of build upon what you're doing, no matter how talented you are. So there's certainly room for improvement, I think, to really make this song what it could be. But even as it stands, I mean, it's a solid, like, tribute to the style. It's a solid song in its own right. I do have, those couple critiques, but, I mean, the vocals were solid. I like the vocals and the verses too. On another spot I really like is after the verses, the vocals, you know, in the verses, the guitar riff and the energy kind of picks up a little bit with the drums going, adds a little bit of a thrash element in there, and I thought that was nice because a lot of the other guitars, while they're great riffs, they have a very kind of just deliberate rhythm and stuff. You know, there's like a certain kind of energy there that's not like really super quick moving or anything like that. It just has that classic sound of kind of a classic, deliberate, slow moving, solid guitar riff, providing kind of the backdrop, providing like the overall feeling or vibe of the song. But then the way it picks up after like the verses, I was like, oh man, nice. It like injects like a nice bit of energy in there to kind of give the song a little bit of a pep in that spot. But then again, you get into that all hail, and then for me personally, it kind of sucks a little bit of the energy out. But if they went right into the man, I just think that would have been sick. So that alone, I think, would have helped the song. But a little other tweaking here and there, just to liven it up, maybe a smidge more, could really take the song to the next level. But again, as it stands, not too shabby here. I'm very curious to see what they got on the full album. We have some time to wait. I'm sure there's going to be more singles before June. But pretty neat. It's pretty cool that Therion is doing this and dabbling in this style. So yeah, it's fun. Let me know, folks, in the comments down below. What do you think of this song here? Are you looking forward to more songs from the Defenders of the Faith? And are you looking forward to the album in June? Let's talk about it, and I'll catch you next time. Ranger, out.